B is consistent or not. If Ax is equal to B is consistent, that means solution is exist, B is in the column space of A. If Ax is equal to B is not consistent, right? So B is not in the column space of A. That you know that to check Ax is equal to B is consistent or not, that's quite easy, right? So hence there exists a vector X satisfied Ax is equal to B. So we have we are taking this augmented matrix A oblique B 1 1 minus 1 1 2 1 0 1 2 1 3 and column vector minus 1 0 2. We now reduce definitely we are solving this system of equations, so definitely we convert into a row echelon form. We have to convert this matrix into a row echelon form, so we multiply first row with minus 1 and add into the second row. We multiply first row with minus 2 and add into the third row. So you can see first row is as it is 1 1 2 minus 1, second row become 1 minus 1 0 0 minus 1 minus 1 1 minus 2 minus 1 and 0 minus minus 1, that is 1. Third row we multiply first row with minus 2 and add into the third row, so third row become 2 minus 2 0, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 3 minus 4 is minus 1 and 4 plus 2, right, sorry 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4. Okay, 2 minus 2, so 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4. Now next process, we multiply second row with minus 1 and add into the third row. Okay, because we are trying to convert this matrix into a row echelon form, and now you know that what is the condition of to be a row echelon form, right? So first leading entry is 1, we already that leading entry, below that leading entry we have 0. Now in the second row we have leading entry minus 1 and we are trying to make below that leading entry we are trying to make that 0. Okay, so we multiply second row with minus 1 and add into the third row, so third row become 0 0 0 3. So this is interesting, the third row is 0 0 0 into 3 0 0 0 3. So from the third row we have one equation, 0 into x plus 0 into y plus 0 into z, that is equal to 3. That is not possible for any xyz. Okay, so that's why definitely Ax is equal to B is not consistent. Okay, that is not possible. 0 into x plus 0 into y plus 0 into z, that is equal to 3. That is not possible for any xyz real number. Okay, so we will get 0 into x1, sorry, xyz, instead of xyz here x1 x2 x3, so we use x1 x2 x3. We will get 0 into x1 plus 0 into x2 plus 0 into x3 is equal to 3. That is not possible. So B is not in the column space of A, because Ax is equal to B is not consistent. Okay, now question number 3C, show that 1 0 0 0, this 4 matrices, 4 are standard matrices of set of 2 cross 2 matrix, 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 is the basis of 2 cross 2 matrix. That we have to prove. This question is asked in 2 marks. It's quite simple. We know that dimension of set of 2 cross 2 matrix is 4, and here we have exactly 4 matrix, right? So we use this theorem, the previous theorem. This theorem is very important, right? We use this theorem. If dimension of V is equal to n and set S contains exactly n vectors, then S is basis. If S spans V or S is linearly independent. The same situations happen here. We know that dimension of set of 2 cross 2 matrix is equal to 4. Okay, and we have exactly 4 matrix in the set, right? So we just only need to prove that this set is linearly independent. This set spans set of 2 cross 2 matrix is automatically proved. That we don't need to prove. Okay, so just we need to check that this set is linearly independent using if one time we prove that one, this set is linear basis of set of 2 cross 2 matrix, right? So try to prove that this set is linearly independent. We use determinant. So whenever we use determinant, we have now 4 cross 4 matrix, 4 cross 4 determinant. Okay, so we only need to prove S is linearly independent. So this determinant capital A is equal to 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Clearly the value of this determinant is equal to 1 because we have only 1 in the main diagonal. All other are 0, right? All other are 0. We have 1 are only in the main diagonal. All other elements are 0. So quite easy to solve this determinant. The value of find the value of this determinant is quite easy. That is equal to 1. That is not equal to 0. So as is linearly independent. So that's why using the previous theorem, S is a basis for a set of 2 cross 2 matrix. So up to question number 3 we complete. Now next question number 4a. Question number 4a, first question. This question was asked in 3 marks in the GTU question paper. Determine the dimension and the basis for the solution space of the system. Okay, determine the dimension and the basis for the solution space of the system. We have 3 equations: x1 minus 3x2 plus x3 is equal to 0, 2x1 minus 6x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 0, and 3x1 minus 9x2 plus 3x3 is equal to 0. So first of all we have to solve this 3 linear system of equation, and whatever our solution, from that solution space we have to find the dimension and the basis of the solution space. So that is our aim, right? So first we have to try to solve this 3 linear system of equations and try to solve that linear system of equations. If one time we solve them, we have solution space. From that solution space we will get dimension and the basis of the solution space. Okay, so the matrix equation for the given system is Ax is equal to 0 0 0. Ax is equal to 0. So A is 1 minus 3 1, right? From the first equation, x1 minus 3 x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. From the first equation we have first row 1 minus 3 1. The second row 2 minus 6 2 is coming from the second equation, 2x1 minus 6x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 0. And the third row is coming from the third equation, minus 6x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 0. 3x1 minus 9x2 plus 3x3 is equal to 0. So third row is coming from the third equation, 3 minus 9 3. x1 x2 x3, that is equal to 0 0 0. Ax is equal to 0. Now we are trying to convert this matrix into a row echelon form with the same process because we want to solve these equations. So here A 1 minus 3 1, 2 minus 6 2, 3 minus 9 3, because see B is already a 0 0 0. So whenever we multiply any row and add into the any row, so that column vector is same, right? So we are just considering this matrix 1 minus 3 1, 2 minus 6 2, 3 minus 9 3, that is equivalent to we multiply first row with minus 2 and add into the second row. We multiply first row with minus 3 and add into the third row. So we will get 1 minus 3 1, second row is 0 0 0, third row is 0 0 0. So we get x1 minus 3x2 plus x3, that is equal to 0. This is our solution, x1 minus 3x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. So the second and third column does not have leading entry. You can see in the row echelon matrix we have only in the first column we have leading entry 1. In second column and the third column we does not have any leading entry. So that's why we are taking x2 is equal to k and x3 is equal to t. Okay, right? Now from that you can understand the dimension of the solution space is 2, because we have to take we have to suppose 2 vectors. We have now 2 variables, x2 is equal to k and x3 is equal to t, and the value of x1 is in the form of k and t, that is equal to 3k minus t. Just put the value of x2 and x3 in the first in that equation, x1 minus 3x2 plus x3 is equal to 0. You will get x1 is equal to 3k minus t. Okay, so x1 x2 x3 is equal to 3k minus t, k t, that is equal to k into 310 plus t into minus 101. Okay, so these two vectors are our basis vectors, 310 minus 101. Okay, these two vectors 310 and minus 101 are our basis vector for the solution space, and we have two basis vectors, so that's why dimension of solution space is equal to 2. Hence the dimension of solution space is 2 and basis vectors are 310 and minus 101. Okay, so this question number 4a, first question, is complete. Now question number 4a, second question, 2. Reduce S is equal to 1 minus 3 2, 2 4 1, 3 1 3, 1 1 1 to obtain a basis for the subspace W that is equal to span S of R3. Okay, this question was asked in 3 marks in that question paper. Now we know that dimension of R3 is equal to 3. Okay, dimension of R3 is equal to 3. So we are trying to reduce this set to obtain the basis for the subspace W span S of R3. So we need only 3 vectors such that span of that 3 vectors spans R3. Okay, so we have to just remove one vector. So from that we use this method. We form a matrix A whose rows are the vectors in S. Then we reduce the matrix A to row echelon form. So we make one matrix A that is equal to first 4 row from these 4 vectors. First row is from the first vector 1 minus 3 2. Second row is from the second vector 2 4 1. Third and fourth row is coming from the third and fourth vector 3 1 3, 1 1 1. So now we multiply. We are trying to convert this matrix into a row echelon form. We multiply first row with minus 2 and add into the second row. We multiply first row with minus 3 and add into the third row, and we multiply first row with minus 1 and add into the fourth row. So here is the process. First of all, we change R1 to, that means first and second row we interchanging, and then we are doing the same process. So we will get 1 1 1 0 2 minus 1 0 minus 2 0 0 minus 4 1. Now again what we have to do, we multiply second row with 1 and add into the third row, and we multiply second row with 2 and add into the third row. That is our next process. So 1 1 1, the first row is as it is, second row is as it is, 0 2 minus 1. The third and fourth row becomes 0 0 minus 1. Okay, both are same. So next process is whenever you multiply third row with minus 1, add into the fourth row. The fourth row becomes 0 1 1 1, 0 2 minus 1, 0 0 minus 1. So this is in row echelon form, and the basis for the subspace W spans S is the set of non-zero rows of the above matrix, that is 1 1 1, 0 2 minus 1 and 0 0 minus 1. Okay, so this question number 4b2 is complete. Sorry, question number 4a2 complete. Next question, question number 4b1. Find the basis for the row space and column space of the matrix A. Here we have 4 cross 4 matrix. This question was asked in 3 marks. Now if you want to find the basis for the row space and column space, what we have to do? You have already matrix. You have to convert this matrix into a row echelon form. In the row echelon form, how many non-zero rows? Consider that row vectors. Suppose we have 4 rows here. Suppose we have 3 rows are non-zero rows. Fourth row is a 0 row. So consider that 3 row vector, that is exactly our basis vector for the row space. Now consider the columns in which column have leading entry. So here we have 4 column, right? Here we have 4 column. Consider only that columns which have leading entry, right? Suppose 4 column, suppose we have leading entry in first column. Suppose, right? Take one example. Suppose we have leading entry in the first column, third column and fourth column. So corresponding to first, third and fourth column, take first, third and fourth column from the matrix A. That three column vectors are exactly the basis for the column space of matrix A. Okay, again I repeat, what we have to do here, first of all we convert this matrix into a row echelon form, right? So how many non-zero rows? Just see how many non-zero rows. Suppose 3 non-zero rows. So considers that 3 row vectors. Consider that 3 non-zero rows as a row vector. That 3 row vector are exactly the basis for the row space of the matrix A. Now consider the column vector in which column have leading entry. Consider only that column in which column have leading entry corresponding to that column in the matrix A. That 3 column vector or that 2 column vector or that 3 column vector are basis for the vectors, basis for the column space of A. Okay, so just try to understand. So we reduce the matrix A into echelon form, row echelon form as follows. Here is the matrix A: 1 4 5 4 2 9 8 2 2 9 9 7 and -1 -4 -5 -4. Okay, so we multiply first row with -2. We multiply first row with -2 and add into the second and third row, and we multiply first row with 1 and add into the fourth row. So here is the next process. 1 4 5 4, first row is as it is. We multiply first row with -2 and add into the second row. We multiply first row with -2 and add into the third row, and we multiply first row with 1 and add into the fourth row. So 1 4 5 4, second row becomes 0 1 -2 -6, third row becomes 0 1 -1 -1, and fourth row becomes 0 0 0 0. Okay, so 1 4 5 4. Now next process, we multiply second row with -1 and add into the third row. So first row is as it is, second row is also as it is, just make change into the third row. So 1 4 5 4 0 1 -2 -6, third row becomes 0 0 1 5, and the fourth row is as it is, 0 0 0 0. So now this matrix is into a row echelon form. You can see all the conditions to be a row echelon form.